I'm Simon Goff from a company called Redfront Projects, and we're a sustainable development company working across a variety of different sectors, but considering sustainability and the environment through all of our work. I'm going to talk about green IT because I think people have this assumption that IT is some kind of magic bullet and that all the activities that we used to do, like printing things out, travelling, all the things we do as part of our business, by replacing them with digital things, with IT, we somehow minimise the impact on the environment, when this isn't necessarily the case. My first point is global impact. A lot of businesses will have heard of things like cloud computing, where you can take your IT functions, the things that you do in the office, and you can move those to somewhere remote, to data centres elsewhere, and have that as a hosted solution. And I think that people think that somehow that has an overall effect of minimising the impact on the environment, whereas cloud computing and the power used in that can actually have a greater impact on the environment than what you were doing before. So it's important to consider what kind of energy consumption they're using, how they're powering it, how it's being hosted, how the whole operation runs, so that you can treat your IT as a kind of a whole. My second point is about efficient computing, and one of the great examples of that is virtualisation. In virtualisation, you take a number of processes, maybe even a number of operating systems, in other words virtual computers, and you try and put them together onto a single server, which obviously makes the whole process much more efficient because it uses less power to deliver the same amount of computing. As a result, you can not only save money for your business, but the whole thing is so much better for the environment. My third point is about using the minimum. There are more and more devices nowadays that can do the same kind of thing that full-size computers have done in the past. For many businesses, using those full-size computers just isn't efficient when you're doing simple tasks like emailing or looking at web pages. They don't require a huge amount of computing power, and they can be quite easily replaced by mobile devices, tablets, mobile phones. So try and think about how you can use the minimum technology to achieve the things that you do in your business. My fourth point is about switching off. There's a lot of things we can do that are clever, innovative things to reduce power consumption, reduce the use of computers, but simple things like switching off can have a huge impact in their own right. And it's often something that people don't really think about when they think about their computing. Things are left in standby, things go to sleep and stay on, but just by using those simple processes of remembering to turn things off, maybe automating some of that functionality, you can save a huge amount of power. My last point is about the product lifecycle. What I've talked about up until now is how to be more efficient in the use of computers, but you also need to consider how you buy computers, how you dispose of them, and it's important to make sure that you don't buy too much technology, whether or not you think you need it, and to make sure you dispose of technology in an appropriate way, because the whole process of that is something that has a huge impact on the environment. By considering these points and streamlining your processes, then not only will you be able to minimise your impact on the environment, but you'll also save money. And I think in the future there'll be a real competitive advantage in positioning your brand as environmentally progressive.